Joshua. I'm Missy's baby brother's son, and I did not intend to speak, and I did not prepare anything, but I heard so many things that sort of came together for me that I'll try to be brief. I feel like Chris and Missy are the glue that holds more of us together than we will ever realize. Peter, you talked about your mom having difficulty loving herself, and I don't want to disagree with you. You know her better than I do, but I am of the opinion that in every relationship that she had, she made a deposit of herself into that person first, and then she loved him hard forever. And so when you do that, you scatter yourself all over the world, and then you go love yourself a little bit at a time. I learned that you always show up for people. You always show up for people. And this is the thing that I intended to get up and say. I don't remember a whole lot of hellos. I don't remember. I know I've been asleep, and Mike and some wild Jeep vehicles rolled into the driveway in the middle of the night, or Chris and Missy would pull in sometime in the middle of the day or the middle of the night. But I've traveled with these people extensively all over the place, and we have left early and gotten places very, very late. There is no obstacle that they could not overcome. And it's like Chris had this level of control, very quiet, very stoic. Everywhere that you were, where he was present, you knew that everything was going to be fine. And you were safe, no matter what happened. Missy was polar opposite of that, right? You never knew what was coming next. I don't even know if she ever knew what was coming next. But she was grounded by a very stable, very safe, very loving man. And yeah, I gotta say, when my sister got married and my wife was a newly graduated nurse looking at, potentially starting a relationship with a divorced father of two, and these kids were running around at her rehearsal dinner, Missy grabbed my wife, yanked her outside, put a Miller Lite in her hand, and made her feel at home and gave her rest. And she probably made my marriage possible. The only thing that I really wanted to get up here and talk about was the fact that there was never a short goodbye. We have, we've traveled together, we've left at the crack of dawn, we've rolled in way past midnight in places that I can't even begin to describe. But I will always remember starting in the driveway at 7:30 and staying in the driveway till well past noon because we just could not say goodbye. Something would always happen, some idea would always come up, some brunch had to be had, some trip to Target had to be made. There was always an excuse to stick around. And I think I'm just up here looking for an excuse to stick around. I know most of you, I love all of you. And my Uncle Chris empowered my Aunt Missy to leave a piece of herself in me that will live in my children and their children, and that's always show up for people and just love everyone. And it's gonna be a long goodbye.